Despite Alisson doing all he can to give Manchester City the 3 points, the top of the table clash between Liverpool and Manchester City ended in a 1-1 draw.
Mm-hmm.
A sublime strike by Trent Alexander-Arnold in the 80th minute prevented Manchester City from remaining top of the league following Erling Haaland's first half opening strike.
Because of Alisson's mistake.
The Norwegian international has now scored 50 goals faster than any other Premier League player in history, taking him just 48 games. That's 17 games fewer than second fastest Manchester United legend Andy Cole, who achieved the same feat in 65 games. City had a clear game plan for this match. I think they wanted to target Alexander-Arnold on that right-hand side. Understandable, because I'd say he is the weak link in that defence. However, one player who I think is a reason we'll get into later is why I think Liverpool are going to need to improve on if they are to be genuine title contenders is their left-back, Shimikas. That guy there,
is Robertson injured?
A loose cannon. Robertson's been injured for quite a while.
Yeah.
And even before the injury, he wasn't playing at his elite best because he was world class for the last 2-3 years. He is getting on a bit, but he hasn't performing at his elite self. So Shimikas as well, they need to improve that left-hand side very quickly.
You know, there was a stat that it said that Trent got dribbled past 7 times. Yeah. And I think it was from the same player, Doku. Yeah. But the problem is, I listened to that stat and I feel like, oh, right, he must have toasted him because I only caught bits of that game. Someone uploaded a video of the 7 times Doku went past him. Bro, that stat they should throw that stat in the bin. Bro, I watched it. He never really, he does the little skill, but it's not as if he passes him. He just runs down the line, or Trent goes and marks a runner that goes past. So it's not actually he's dribbled past him and got through and goal.
There's a couple times where he does find space and gets past, but it's not the way the stats make it look.
Yeah, it made it out as if he
completely finished.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Toku was electric. He completed in the 90 minutes. He completed 11 total dribbles past a Trent allegedly. That's the most in Premier League this season. But the thing is, at the end of the game, Trent got man of the match. So at the end, they both had fantastic performances. I thought Trent's weak point was his defending. That is his weak point.
But he's got a very strong part. That's why he always plays, bro. Because his strength is going forward in it and playing, and that's why Liverpool they think that the positive outweighed the negative.
The game itself was a tense negative affair. I think that Klopp and Guardiola showed each other and the players showed each other a lot of respect.
But I hate that. I hate their relationship, man.
It's a strange one.
It's sickening. For the first goal, though, Alisson, though, he made the mistake initially for I think it was the clearance.
Yeah.
And then it came back, and then he should have saved it as well.
Alisson and Ramsdale this weekend it's a toss up. Who had the worst game?
But then Alisson then goes and makes a save to stop them from going 2-0 down, and they counter attack and score, and they end up drawing the game. Yeah. So he had a mixed game. So it was a bit mad. But Alisson was all over the place.
He was shaky, slipping and sliding across his whole line.
Yeah.
He lost the ball, as you said. He lost the ball in the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
He was, to be honest as well. Even with the disallowed goal, Ruben Diaz.
Yeah. Do you think should have been disallowed?
No,
I don't think so.
I think maybe, but again, I think maybe we're thinking how it was before, comparing it to now.
But even then,
in today's game,
you cannot disallow a goal like that, bro.
If this was at the start of the season, I would have been a lot more angry about it. But because now I'm just so used to these shocking decisions, I don't know if this will make it better or worse for Trent. But I think they should get actual right back and play Trent in the middle.
Do you think he's good enough?
But that's the thing. I don't know if he's better as it inverted.
No, he's an inverted.
You know how Zinchenko, you don't know if you can trust him in playing as it.
No. Trent,
I don't
think Trent. He might be able to do it in like smaller games when they're going to dictate most of the possession, have all the ball, dictate play. Maybe he might work for him, but in big games he'll get found out, bro.
Games against City,
bro. You got to remember now when you're playing right back here. When you're looking behind you, the only time you're looking behind you is if a winger runs past you or if a striker's come over, you get a call from a centre back. When you're playing in the middle, you've got players now. You've got your head has to be on the swivel 24/7 defensively. I'm not even talking about going forward. I'm talking about defensively. Midfielders go beyond you, bro. You got to be able to chase those midfielders. You got to be able to understand where midfielders are, who should be picking up who. You should be shouting out instructions to your teammates to get there. It's harder to play in the middle of the park, because your eyes have to be lit 360 all the time. It's 360 knowing. And I feel like going forward, I feel like he'll have that ability. But I feel like on the defensive side of it, I don't think he'll struggle. You got to remember, picking up the ball from your centre back as a right back, and then you're receiving it, you're right in the corner. You're looking at the players that are coming to press you. When you're picking up the ball from your centre back in the midfield role, you've got players coming from your right hand side, your left hand side. You need to always be. I'm not saying that I don't doubt his ability, but there's a lot more pressure on the ball there. You ain't got as much time as you think. Once the press comes, they're coming from every direction. So for him to be able to then pick up the ball and then turn, and he's got a player there pressing him, it's a little bit harder than when you're
his awareness is technically his flaw, like his awareness and concentration. So to be in the middle, it used to be at all-time high. In the big games, he should remain as a right back. But on top of that, his performance yesterday shows they did target him as the supposed weak man,
and it weren't even.
He was man of the match from that.
Yeah.
And as I said, he had the most tackles in the game, the most ball interceptions, the most ball recoveries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got dribbled past allegedly.
Yeah.
But it was nothing effective on us in terms of it didn't lead to a goal.
Yeah, like end product wise, it didn't lead. Yeah.
Even during the game, there was a point where he's a diag has come from across. So the ball's up in the air. He's plucked it out with his right foot, just effortlessly jogged across the pitch with the ball, and then just switched it back over with his left.
Yeah.
And it was just effort. And I was just watching it, and it was just...
He's both-footed, but just as good as each other.
And I'm just looking at him thinking, if you just add this solidness to your game, which he did show in the game, he will be different gravy. Manchester City, though, have won 23 games in a row at home. Trent Alexander-Arnold's equaliser against them stopped it being from 24. They still remain unbeaten all year at home, winning every single game until this past weekend.
It's not bad.
Won every game at home this year. That's a...
Yeah, I know they made it a fortress, isn't it? Yeah, bro. To be fair, I thought if any club can take points off City in Etihad, it would have been Liverpool. Yeah.
Touching on Doku, as I said, he did complete 11 dribbles against Liverpool. That's higher than any other player in the Premier League this season. Doku is a dribbling machine, Artie. During Euro 2024 qualifying, Doku completed the most dribbles per 90 minutes, averaging 9.7 dribbles per game. Mickey Johnson, who finished in second in the dribbling category, averaged 4.9.
Mickey Johnson?
Have Liverpool shown enough to be genuine title contenders?
Yeah, why not? They're sitting where now? They're like, what are they, third? Third, yeah. They're sitting third. They haven't hit top form yet either. They haven't gone on their little run of games just yet. No. But then they're still there and thereabouts. They've just stopped City. I feel like at home, they're very good. Well, they've always been very good at home. But I still feel like they're missing the number 6. You know, the holding midfielder in there. I know they tried to sign a couple. It's an important position. That's a spine, innit? So I feel like they're missing it. I feel like in January, they need to go and find someone. If they're thereabouts and they get that, I feel like the goal's still coming from Salah. I think Darwin Nunez, even though he's not scoring as many, he's playing very well. I like him as a striker. He might not be scoring that many, but he's playing very well. He likes that coming off the left as well and then going into the centre. It's similar. He reminds me a lot of when Mane was someone that starts off the left and always ends up in the centre. I feel like that's what now Liverpool have done with him. He comes off the left and then comes into the centre. But Liverpool do need to find another goal scorer very quickly. Because when Salah's not scoring, you need someone to score. Yeah, I know Trent bailed them out this one, but they need a striker because Jota, the goals have slowed down for Jota. Gakpo this season's not been. They tried to solve the midfield problem by playing him in the middle alongside McAllister and Szoboszlai. So he's struggling to find a role in a squad at the moment. So I feel like they need another goal scorer in there anyway. And I think Liverpool are good at finding goal scorers, like wingers that score goals and stuff like that. Like a free roam across the free. I feel like they're good at finding them, and they need to find something. They need a couple signings if they really want to go all the way, the distance. And I feel like they need to target a goal scorer and a number 6. Even you, the left back, you said it, because if Robertson's is injured. Tsimikas is not the guy. He's not the guy, so you need a left back. He's got a decent delivery on him, but that's about it. You don't need that. When you've got Trent, you don't need someone with decent delivery. True. You've got Trent, so they need a left back as well. You spoke on Darwin Nunez. Even if he is quite wasteful in front of goal. But what I like about Darwin is his speed, his power, and his height. Yeah, the guy's over 6 foot. Technically, he's improving week by week. Yeah. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's a thorn in the opposition constantly. Even when he's not scoring, he's still probing. He's still got. He demands. His presence demands attention. His play, but without the finishing, is a little bit like Tevez. Yeah. Just rugged. He's a bit like, and his height just makes it even worse for defenders to come up against. He's a nuisance. He is a nuisance, and he's already bagged 8 goal contributions this season, 4 goals, 4 assists. Yeah. So he's doing better than last year already. 100%. He's looking like the player that they did originally wanted to sign at the start of last year. 100. He's starting to come into his mold a bit. His combination play with Salah. But do you not feel like they thought that they were buying a striker? I just agreed with you when I did. Do you not feel like they tried to sign him though for him to be that 30 goal or 25 goals or 20 goal a season striker? Yeah, but maybe he's just still really taking off them cobwebs of the rawness. But how long though? How old is he? He's still relatively young. Yeah. But how long though?
I think next season.
You gotta remember they paid a lot of money for him as well.
They did.
Yeah.
But look how they are already doing the season with.
He's playing well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's playing well. But and the fact that Salah's still getting all the goals is taking pressure off him.
And they're starting to find a new.
Yeah. But he needs to now start putting up numbers like Mane, how Firmino, and Firmino wasn't really the numbers person, but assist wise he was. But he needs to put up some goals as well, bro. Like I
see him becoming a 15 goals a season striker, 20 goals a season striker.
If he has that in his
locker.
Do you think he's there now or not yet?
Potentially, maybe if they grab another midfielder to give them more assists, because right now the only source of play from the middle is Szoboszlai and McAllister. McAllister's asked to play a 6.
Deeper role.
Szoboszlai's asked to come on from the wings, so they need someone that can actually hold the fort down in the middle of the park, so they can start being more
freeing up the other two midfielders. Okay. Mohamed
Salah, the Egyptian king, has now 64 Premier League assists, ranking him 17th in the all-time Premier League assist charts. Let's not forget, this adds to the Egyptian king's all-time record of 149 Premier League goals, which ranks him 11th in the all-time charts. That's one off Michael Owen in 10th with 150 league goals.
He's incredible. And this week, I've seen a lot of people talking about who's the best African player to ever play. I've seen it. I don't know why they come up, but loads of people.
Probably during an international break, everyone's bored.
But yeah, and I'm hearing, everyone's just missing out Salah. Everyone's going to the JJ Okocha. Everyone's throwing out Etu. And Etu's a big shout. I can't lie to you. But everyone's just, a lot of them going to Okocha and I see Drogba. I see Yaya Toure. Mohamed Salah has to be in that conversation. Tell me another African player that's actually come and graced the Prem and done that at that level for that long.
Liverpool refused to lose. They refused to give up in games.
Yeah, 100%.
The Reds have avoided defeat in 10 of their last 11 Premier League games in which they've fallen behind.
Wow.
They've rescued 12 points from losing positions in the league this year. Easily the most by any side. And one other issue I think they need to just correct in January is possibly actually getting Van Dijk an actual centre-back partner. If Klopp wants to take this stuff serious and take this title challenge to the next level and have a genuine chance of winning, he needs a proper partner. This swapping of Konate, of Matip, of Gomez.
But Konate shows signs that he could be very good, and then
I think his injuries. I think he's injury prone. That's the issue with him because he was the chosen one alongside Van Dijk. But when he picks up all these injuries, you're left with Matip, who isn't. He's won a Premier League title and a Champions League. He's not the worst,
but still, it's time
not
to
enough.
Move on. So if you're trying to compete with teams like City and that, your players have to be the creme de la creme, innit? So
literally.
And he ain't that person, is he? Really, truly. And even Van Dijk, especially if Van Dijk's on his way out. And when I say out, I'm talking about when his performances are dropping. Then he's not the Van Dijk of 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago.
But he's not far off it.
Yeah, no. Because don't get me wrong. He's remember we all laughed at his fall off. Yeah,
we're wrong for that.
No,
we're wrong for that.
He's put it like he has improved a lot. Like he's gone back to. He's getting close to that thing. But how long can he maintain that for?
Because a lot of men have been saying recently, Saliba's currently better than Van Dijk.
I said yes.
And as an Arsenal fan, I'm telling you, I don't agree with that.
I agree with it. Tell me why not.
Saliba still has it in his locker. We'll talk about the Arsenal game in a little bit. He has it in his locker he's careless in possession once he's grabbed the ball. He's a bit I'm too good. I can do this. He is
that's
a Rolls
fine. I
Royce.
just need someone behind his ear.
That's why even Gabriel was legendary with him yesterday because he was the better partner. So I already think Saliba isn't as good as Van Dijk. I still believe Van Dijk overall is a better player than Diaz, but Diaz is the better centre-back currently. Ruben Diaz.
Yeah.
I just think he's the overall better player with the ball passing and stuff, but Diaz is arguably the better centre-back in terms of the position itself, the tackling, the marshalling of the defenders.
I agree with that bit.
I don't think Van Dijk has dropped as much as people have said. On top of that as well, they have the experience. And Arsenal came close last year, but when watching Liverpool, especially against City yesterday, they have a sense of assurance. Even when it was the 80th minute, you could back Liverpool to get a goal, and they did. Guardiola shows them a ton of respect. They have that aura. And why do they have that aura? Because they won a Premier League, they've won a Champions League. They've got to a Champions League final, even though they lost, but they've been to 2-1-1.
A lot of them players are have winners mentality.
Yeah, they've all been there, done it. And on top of that, the times they didn't win the league, they came very close. Right on the heels of City. So, and Klopp, Pep Guardiola, even during the game, you could see him, he was a nervous wreck. he was on his knees for the majority of the game, just panicking. I just think Liverpool, with the experience they got, they've been there, done it before. Their presence, I feel, is Arsenal are rising in stock, but I still feel Liverpool's presence is far greater than Arsenal's.
But then that's because they've won a Premier League in the last, 5 years?
Yeah.
And they've won a Champions League in the last 5 years. It'll be Liverpool, City and Arsenal. all the way.
Okay, because what I was going to ask you was...
And there won't be more than I don't think there will be more than 5 points between them, as in that towards the end. I think it'll be that close.
Do you think the fact that no one has ever won 4 in a row will prove costly for City in terms of it's just hard to get that a 4th in a row over the line? And that's going to make it easier for Liverpool or Arsenal.
I feel like they're the favourites.
Man City are favourites.
Yeah, and I feel like then Liverpool and Arsenal have got an equal chance to go at it as well.
Because when I was thinking of title race, honestly, still in my head, still to this
Tottenham,
day.
terrible, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get into them. But for me, it was going to be those 3. But for me, when I say title race, I'm effectively saying who's going to finish second. Because in my head, my eyes, City are going to win the league.
Bro, I feel like they get pushed all the way now.
Hopefully.
Bro, the blueprint is there from Liverpool to show them. Like City did go out and try attack as well, but there's blueprints out there how to try and stop them. Chelsea's 4-4 against them.
Yeah,
you lot beating them, bro. There's vulnerability in that team as well.